How's everyone doing? I'll tell you right away, Pete's not doing good. Once again, Pete with explosive diarrhea was supposed to be here, but Peter's not here. Peter's not here. Not for now. Maybe he'll show up later, but we don't have Pete for now. Now, 1 second here, real quick, because I should probably send the link to Pete. And in the chat right now, how's everyone doing today? United States versus Saudi Arabia. We face Hervé Renard today. You guys remember Hervé Renard, the coach that we wanted for the national team? Well, we face him today. And you might want to hide your wives, your sister, if she's over the age of like 20. You might want to hide your mom's girlfriend, everyone, because this guy is here not just to take the 3 points, but he'll take every single woman that he can find. He's a good looking man, so careful. He's what many women would call a DILF. Does that make any sense? Yeah, it kind of does. But anyhow, United States will play Saudi Arabia today, which Hervé Renard is in charge. There are plenty of rumors out there that one of the reasons why Christian Pulisic is not in camp is because he didn't want to play against Saudi Arabia. He didn't want to have his girlfriend right on the stands looking at Hervé Renard. He didn't want to risk it. And I totally get it. I totally get it. And I take back any criticism that I've made to Christian Pulisic. Because bringing your girlfriend to a game where Hervé Renard is coaching is very, very risky. Very risky. And Christian did not want to risk that. And I get it. I get it. I wouldn't either. I'm not there. I didn't go to the game. I'm not stupid. So there you go. That's why Christian Pulisic is not here. That's why. And they're saying I'm Fabrizio. I'm not Fabrizio. I'm breaking news like Fabrizio Romano. But no, I'm not Fabrizio Romano, even though he follows me on X for some reason. Fabrizio Romano follows me on X. A lot of people follow me on X. I don't know why. And X has been a nightmare lately for me. It's been a tremendous nightmare for me, actually, because today the Messi fanboys found my account. You know those accounts that say Penaldo and Pessi? They found me. They found me. And it got very annoying. It was pretty bad. Naruto, how you doing, man? Hey, guys. He just hit 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. We have someone that's a very, very famous guy here in the chat right now. 200,000. That's like 10 times what I have right now. The dude got 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. It's actually very much deserved. And I hope you had a great trip to Tokyo, to Japan. He was in Japan. Great country, Japan. I love Japan, by the way. I know he had a lot of fun there. Japan was amazing. The TST, we'll talk about that during the stream. I talked about it. Look, it was a tremendous experience, and we are going to be back next year for the TST. And next year, we're going to win it. I need that $1 million because I have a lot of debt going on. And if I don't win the $1 million, I'm going to have to declare bankruptcy. So we kind of don't have an option. We have to win the TST next year. And I'll find a way to do so. I'll find a way to do so. Frank Castor is saying, has Pete recovered from explosive diarrhea? He has not. He has not. It's funny, and I know I'm getting very personal here with this, but there was this virus going around. I can't remember when. I think it was earlier this year. I forgot the name of the virus. I got the virus, and it wasn't COVID. Honestly, I mean, COVID is definitely more lethal, if we want to put that word into it. But I had this virus that I kid you not, I had diarrhea for 5 days, 5 straight days. And I was getting terrible anxiety from it because you just never know when it's going to end, right? But let's go through the starting 11 here of the U.S. men's national team because I'm talking about a lot of shit that doesn't really matter. So Matt Freese, he'll start on goal, the goalkeeper from New York City FC, as expected. And I'm actually happy. I think he should continue to get opportunities. He's looked competent. So I'm happy that Matt Freese will continue to get chances. And like I said, I hope he gets to start every single Gold Cup game. And then we'll have enough data on him to know if maybe that's our goalkeeper moving forward. Because Matt Turner he's been stinking a lot, like pretty bad. Let's just say Matt Turner is not... Let's just say Matt Turner's defending right now is as bad as France in World War II. It's not going well. right? He's not defending well. He's like a Frenchman in World War II. Now, on the right back position, we have Orlando City prospect Alex Freeman. I like this. Continue to give him chances. I like this. Left back, Arvston is back. And people are going to say, he got 2 assists against that Trinidad and Tobago team that was a complete mess, a shit show, a terrible team, a disgrace of a team, barely professional, if even professional. And he got 2 assists, so he should continue to start. Fellas, the eyes don't lie. Like, Arvston, first of all, Arvston doesn't look like a left back to me. Looks more like a left mid, left winger, right? When he goes forward, he can be dangerous at times. But the main thing with it, the other option is John Token. I think he's a more complete left back than Arvston. That's my opinion. But anyhow, and I mean, John Token in Major League Soccer, did he do better than Arvston? At times, yeah. Arvston's been good in MLS, to be fair. Right? Or Barfston. Sorry. They're saying, thanks for reminding me an old history lesson. Yeah, I mean, whenever I can, I'll go through history. I'm very good with history. I know the entire history of the world, not the world, the United States. I know a lot from Brazil too, Brazilian history, and Brazil actually has a fascinating history. It's a mess, right? Brazil's history is a mess, from kings to dictatorships to democracy to impeachments, and a king that left Portugal and declared independence. Essentially, the one that declared independence to Brazil was the king of Portugal. He moved to Brazil, or he was exiled, and he just said, "We're independent now. We're our own country." But anyhow, there's a lot to go through. But yeah, I mean, the Matt Turner reference was very much needed. I don't think anyone would understand how bad Matt Turner's defense was if I didn't compare him to France in World War II. Those are 2 terrible defenses right there. They couldn't defend a shot, France and Matt Turner. The 2 center backs are Richards and Tim Ream. That's okay. I kind of wanted to see Mark McKenzie, but I also understand he hasn't really convinced much and he wasn't good in the friendly, so I'm okay with that as well. Left back, I talked about Barfston. The double pivot is Sebastian Berhalter and Luca Del Torre. They played well against Trinidad and Tobago, so that's expected. I need to check here because I don't know the situation with Johnny. Tyler is still recovering from injury, right? Tyler Adams. So Tyler Adams is probably not available, and they're probably going to go easy on Tyler for now, and as they should. But let me see if Johnny's on the bench. So Johnny and Tyler are on the bench. So we should probably see them. At some point, Johnny and Tyler might start. And going Johnny and Tyler there is just pure soccer terrorism. And at this point, I'm all for it. I think if this national team is going to go well in the World Cup, the United States, it's going to be practicing pure soccer terrorism that will make your eyes bleed. But if that's what gets us results, that gets us results. I couldn't care less. The 10 will be Malik Tillman, that finally played very well for the U.S. men's national team again against a very, 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 very bad Trinidad and Tobago. I need to make that clear every time, because it's not fair that I make that comment when Barfston got 2 assists, but then I completely ignore it when I talk about Malik Tillman, right? Diego Luna will play on the left wing. Jack McGlynn will continue to play as like a right winger or right midfielder, roughly. And apparently Jack McGlynn was very angry in an interview that people called him slow. I'm one of the guys that called him slow. And after he put those comments out of like people saying that Jack McGlynn is slow, I decided to look into it a bit more. And I came to the conclusion that Jack McGlynn is actually very slow. Like, he's not just slow, he's very slow. He can complain all he wants. He's a slow player, but he is a good player. Okay, you can be slow and be a good player, but you're slow. And up top, Ajiman, he's back. Haji Wright's not available today. We don't know why. It might be hemorrhoids. We don't know why Haji's not available. So Ajiman is back in the starting. No, not back. He started the last game. And it's funny because Landon Donovan I was listening to Fox Sports 1. One of the worst mistakes I've made all year long. And trust me, I've made some pretty big mistakes, but listening to Fox Sports with Landon, Alexi, that was a pretty bad mistake. And wow, the stadium is completely empty. There's like 7 people there. And Landon was saying that Ajiman is a nightmare to deal with. He's also a nightmare to watch if you're a U.S. men's national team fan, but Landon decided to ignore that part of it, but it's okay. Jeff Carey's saying, I have a nude life-sized poster of Hervé Renard in my bedroom ceiling, or on your bedroom ceiling. Interesting. I have a lot of questions. I just don't want to know the answers. So good for you, Jeff. Actually, I do have one question. There's no way Hervé Renard has nudes out there. I'm sorry. He's a married man. I think he's married, actually. I don't know. Dude looks like he's a James Bond villain, but Spicy Jeff, I have a lot of questions. How is Ajiman still starting? Falcon, I don't know. I think it's because Haji Wright's not available, and the other option is Brian White. And then at this point, it just kind of becomes pick your poison. But I don't know. And they're saying, S27 say, Tack, why the hell are your predictions always wrong? That is not true. That is a very, very, very fake narrative that people put out there. If we do the calculation, I get more predictions right than wrong, right? Like, for example, I was the one that said Canada was going to make it to the semifinals in the Copa America, and I was called crazy, an imbecile, every single word out there I was called. I get most of the predictions right. The problem is every time I get one wrong, and it's usually an absurd one. Like today, I said Inter Miami would lose to Porto. Me and 97% of the world thought the same. And the other 3% was probably hammered. They did not really believe Inter Miami was going to win. And then I get that one wrong, and then everyone thinks I'm wrong all the time. It's simply not true. If you get every single prediction that I've made, most of them are right. Probably like 70%, which is very good. Every time I've gone to Vegas, I've made money in sports betting. And this is not betting advice. Do not do what I do. Do not do what I do. But every time I've been to Vegas, I made money. Ask anyone. I pretty much paid the trip betting on soccer games. Every time. Interesting enough, if you guys don't know, the games that I bet the most when I'm there are usually Major League Soccer. It's usually MLS. And I usually get the MLS predictions right. I don't know why. Even though MLS is pretty damn hard to predict because there is a lot of parity in the league. That is true. Let's see. Let me see if I didn't miss anyone here in the chat. And say, Jeff Carey is saying, I'm 3.5 inches. Yours? I don't know where you're going with this, Jeff. What are we measuring here? It's 3.5. I feel bad for your girlfriend or boyfriend, either one, if that's what you're talking about. Jeff is a weird man. But anyhow, everyone, I totally forgot about this. And if I don't do this, I am going to have to declare bankruptcy, as I said before. Before we continue, drop a like in the stream. Get us to 500 likes, 600 likes. I don't know how many we have right now. I'm going to finish my coffee. A quick word from the sponsor of this video, NordVPN, because there are bills to pay and they ain't cheap. So you guys can deal with it for a minute. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Actually, it's 70-something seconds. So you guys don't call me on a lie. And drop a like while you watch the ad. I'll be back soon. You know, having a VPN is quite important these days because it'll protect your privacy, security by encrypting your data and your IP address. And you know what? It can also help prevent your Google search history from leaking. And that is why we are partnering up with NordVPN. Now listen, very often I travel to Brazil and the channel producer lives in Europe. We have to follow all these soccer games on different streaming services that don't really work outside of the United States. But with a VPN, you can set your location for the United States of America. And very often, it will work. At least it has for myself. And that allows me to watch the games we need and enjoy American content when located abroad. And today we have a special offer for you through NordVPN. Click the link in the description of this video and you will get 4 extra months on your 2-year plan, which technically means you get 4 free months in your 2-year plan. But they're not actually free, they're extra. Does that make any sense? It's also risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. So click the link in the description of this video to get your special offer, and in the process, you'll be helping yourself and the channel. And thank you very much, NordVPN. Okay, we are back. And everyone, tomorrow at Chapéu Football, the link should be in the description, we are going to do a live watch-along for Flamengo versus Chelsea. Flamengo, the second biggest team in Brazil, only behind Palmeiras, and Chelsea, a former great club that nowadays is not that great. And Cole Palmer looks weird as hell. Oh, my God. And if you guys can, just go to that stream right now and just drop a like on it. We have 4 likes on that stream and try to get more. Let me actually get one more here. I like my own stream. So right there, we got 5 now. Someone put mango there. But anyhow, tomorrow, we're going to do on Chapéu Football, we're going to be doing a live watch along for the Club World Cup, Flamengo and Chelsea. Which, by the way, is anyone going to the Inter Miami Palmeiras game? That'll be next week on Monday in Miami. I might be going there. They're saying, Jeff Carey, you're amazing. Is he amazing? Is he, though? Like, you guys do realize if I ever get canceled, it's going to be some random. I can totally see this in the World Cup happening. Spicy Jeff just sends a random super chat in the World Cup, and I get canceled in the middle of the World Cup. Like United States, second group stage game. I read his super chat out loud. Boom, YouTube takes me down. I can totally see that happening. Mike P, do a time check sync for kickoff just after. Will do, Mike. I'll do that. Mine hasn't started yet. And Saudi Arabia is ranked 58 in the FIFA rankings. What's my prediction for Botafogo and PSG? I don't know, man. I think PSG will get a 2-0 win, which is what Botafogo wants. Botafogo can lose 2-0 and still go to the Atletico Madrid game, only needing a draw. Which, by the way, I've been watching the Club World Cup. To me, it's been a major success. I was very skeptical of it, but it's been tremendous. It's been really fun. S27, the link to my other channel, Chapéu Football, is in the description of this video. The link to that other channel is in the description of this video, the Chapéu Football one, that we are going to be doing the live watch. And by the way, the game just started for me. The game just started here for me. United States and Saudi Arabia. So I'm at second 10 right now. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. In case you want to synchronize, now I'm second 20. And let's go to the game. We'll talk more about the Club World Cup. Throughout the stream. But I'll likely be in Miami for Palmeiras versus Inter Miami. Oh, they're showing Hervé Renard. Someone just lost a girlfriend right there. Or boyfriend. You never know. Could have lost both. He's definitely better shape than Mauricio Pochettino. That is for sure. Okay, and in regards to Saudi Arabia, by the way, Saudi Arabia defeated Haiti 1-0 in the first game. The same Haiti that tied Trinidad and Tobago today, 1-1. So Haiti's probably not a good team, and Saudi Arabia doesn't have all of their players. I think some of them are playing in the Club World Cup. They play for Al Hilal. So Saudi Arabia doesn't have their best players. There are no excuses. The U.S. men's national team has to win this game. They literally struggled more to beat Haiti, a team that just tied the team that we just played last week, right? Like, seriously. Yeah, they got a red card, but still. What channel's the match in? Fox Sports 1, Trinity. Fox Sports 1 is where you can watch USA versus Saudi Arabia. 0-0 right now, 1 minute and 45 seconds. Matt Freeze with the ball. Regardless of anything, I do expect Saudi Arabia to be a better team than the Trinidad and Tobago side that we saw last week. They should be a better team. They're well coached. Dwight York, Manchester United legend that is coaching Trinidad and Tobago. The dude probably just wants a paycheck at this point. But Hervé Renard is serious. Luca De La Torre with the ball, and that'll be a throw-in for the United States. Let's see if I didn't miss anything. No. Yeah, but let's see how the players do today. How Barfston performs, Ajiman. In all seriousness, did anyone here in the chat watch Digimon? The reason I'm asking that is isn't there a Pokemon, or sorry, a Digimon that was called Agumon, or was it Agumon? Agumon? There was a Digimon that was named Agumon, I think. I think so. And everyone, get those likes up. We have 250 likes. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. Come on. Yeah, see, there was a Digimon named Agumon. I knew it. He was the dinosaur one. It was Agumon. Agumon. Sorry. It was Agumon. Or Aguman. No. What is it? No. Okay, I'm confused with what his name was. Regardless, United States the ball, and that was a bad pass in a 1-2 with Barfston. Barfston just. Yeah, Malik Tillman tried to do a 1-2 there with Barfston, but it just didn't work. It really didn't. Julian Viva is saying, did you watch Inter Miami and the Seattle Sounders today? If you did, what did you think of Baker, Whitting, and Kremaski? I watched Inter Miami. The Sounders, I watched the first half and I didn't watch the second half. Just an overall perspective from the Sounders. I know they got completely outplayed by Atletico Madrid as expected, but the minutes that I watched, which was the first half and the very end of the game, the last 5 minutes, they looked competent. I didn't expect them to really put a fight. Now, in regards to Kremaski, he did okay. The thing with Inter Miami is the team is not very good. It's an okay team. They played well as a team today. They definitely played well. And there was also the fact that Porto has been complete shit. There's that. And then you add the fact that, I mean, there's a guy that plays for Inter Miami called Messi. I'm not a big fan of Ben Kremaski. I think he's more of a workhorse in the midfield. The technical ability in tight spaces, the soccer IQ, all of that is just not there for me with Ben Kremaski, in my opinion. And again, when you play with Messi, you always get a boost. Messi does make all the players around him better. And the same goes for Sergio Busquets. He's old, he's ancient, but I'm just saying, I think Ben Kremaski is an okay player. He's fine. And if he stays in MLS, he's going to be a very good MLS player. But I don't really rate him very highly, in my opinion. Among USMNT saying, hi, Filippo, we get the W. Let's go USA. Also, if y'all want to talk footy, you can join the Tactical Manager Discord. It's in the description. Yeah, we do have the Tactical Manager Discord. I don't really go there very much. I'm sorry, I just don't have time, and I don't know how to use. Oh, Luna and Barfston didn't really read the play correctly. Yeah, he's not on the same page as Luna, and Luna presses right away. I'm not there to Discord very often. I don't know how to use Discord, and I don't have much time these days. Hopefully, I do in the future. But it's more of a Discord so you guys can hang out and talk to each other. To be honest, it's not really me that makes the community. It's you guys. So the community is there. Don't really need me. Jeff Carey, Spicy Jeff is saying, Tack, I have a great idea. Me, you, and Furry Brazilian live stream tomorrow. Chris, are you still in the chat? Do you see that? It's not Furry Brazilian. It's Brazilian Fury. Okay. Spicy Jeff is into Chris now. Yeah, he's saying Ben Kremaski is a good role player they needed for running, but nothing on the attack. Yeah, he doesn't have much quality in the final third, but Ben Kremaski does a good job for the role that he has to play for Inter Miami, which is to run more for a few of the ancient players that they have. Like Messi won't run as much too, but Messi freaking wins you the game. Busquets also can't run as much as he used to, but he's still pure class. Luis Suarez, on the other hand, the dude is running like he's wearing jeans. It's 77 years old with arthritis. Things are not looking good for Suarez. Like that one right there is not looking good. Yeah, legendary player, one of the best center forwards I've ever seen in my entire life. But Suarez, it's time to call it a day. It's time to call. Barfston dispossessed by the Saudi player. I'm dead serious right now. Everyone that was pissed off that I said that Barfston shouldn't be with the national team, so far in this game, he's been complete ass. He can't combine with Luna. He can't combine with Tillman. Loses the ball. The first touch is not there. What do people see in Barfston? I just don't get it. But so far, still 0-0. Not much has happened from both sides. Like I said, I still fully expect the United States to win this game, but Saudi Arabia should be tougher than the Trinidad team that we faced. Better coach, better players, professional players. Chris Richards clears it. Diego Luna, header. Okay, that's a risky. Oh, Barfston. Barfston, what was that? Did you guys see that beauty? Dude just became Ronaldinho out of nowhere. Just a little chip with the ball over the opponent. Pure class. Got to give credit where it's due. And Barfston just retired that Saudi player right there on the spot. Just retired him, sent him home. Brandon McPhail saying, what are the chances that Donald Trump bans every nation that qualifies for the World Cup and we win the trophy by default? It's not going to happen because Trump's going to win a lot of attention during the World Cup. So it's more likely that they try to rig the World Cup for the U.S. than to just deport every nation that comes here. He's going to want every nation here. He's going to want the attention. I still find it funny that he was like talking about like Iran, the war, with like Way and McKinney right behind him. It's like that's gonna be in the history books. That's gonna be years from now when they talk about everything that's going on in the Middle East. There's gonna be like a recording of Donald Trump talking about everything there that he was doing yesterday. And then in that recording, we're just gonna see Weston McKinney and Tim Weah behind him. In your opinion, what year was peak U.S. men's national team? 2021, for sure. You mean post-COVID era? Because if you're talking in my lifetime, 2014 World Cup. That was to me I don't know, just a lot of good memories from that specific World Cup, the 2014 World Cup. I was also in Brazil. I traveled to Brazil during the knockout stages. So I watched the U.S. men's national team play the group stage games, right? Portugal, Germany, Ghana. I watched all of those games in 2014 in the United States. I was living in New York at the time. And then I went to Brazil during the knockout round. So I watched in a Brazilian sports bar in Teresópolis, which is not in Rio de Janeiro, but like the suburbs or outside of Rio. I watched the USA-Belgium game, and that one was super exciting because I started to see the Brazilians also because the US was the clear underdog and we were getting destroyed by Belgium, but they couldn't freaking score on Tim Howard. You just kind of like, as the game progressed, right? You start to see the Brazilians rooting for the United States against Belgium. I just have a lot of good memories. So I'd say for me, peak was 2014. But if you talk about recently, 2021 was a very exciting time. We had a lot of prospects coming up, Gio Reyna, Musa, Dest, and there was a lot of hope for all these players. Pulisic was emerging, even though he was dealing with some injuries in 2021, but he did win the Champions League too with Chelsea. So I would say that was peak in modern day, like 2021. I don't know if you guys agree. You guys can let me know in the chat. What is your peak USMNT moment or year? And I know you guys are saying 2002. I was too young in 2002, so I was a little kid, so it's a little hard for me to say. I would say, Steven is saying, hi, Tack. I'm Zesty Steve, and I like Brazilian man. So now we're getting a spicy Jeff and a spicy Steve with a Brazil flag with the pride colors behind it. So are you a gay Brazilian, Steve? So now we have Jeff and Steve here. Maybe they should get together, the two of them. WST Pitchbot said 2002 was peak. So I'm assuming you weren't a kid back then. People were talking 2014 John Brooks goal versus Gunn. That's what I'm saying for me, 2014. That World Cup had so many special moments. Even the loss to Belgium was kind of like, not losing was special, but just what was happening, right? John Brooks against Ghana, Jermaine Jones against Portugal. That was a banger, beautiful goal. And we played them in the freaking Amazon when we played Portugal. The 2010 World Cup too was special, right? Tying England thanks to the legendary goalkeeper Robert Green. Landon Donovan's goal versus Algeria 2010 was also pretty good. But I guess for me it would be 2014 and 2021. Ban Steve. Jeff, are you jealous of Steve? There can be two. Just like in Star Wars, when there's one Sith, there's always two. You two can be the two Sith Lords of the channel. Spicy Jeff and Spicy Steve. Brandon is saying, if you've never had a yellow watermelon, go get it right now. It's so good. Also, what fruit do Brazilians like? Yellow watermelon? Those exist? Yellow watermelon. Fruits that Brazilian likes. Pineapple. They love pineapple. Bananas. They love pineapple, bananas. I'm trying to think what else. Mangoes. Definitely love mangoes in Brazil. What else do they like? I mean, grapes. Similar stuff to here. One thing that, at least when I'm in Brazil, you get a lot is like bananas. The bananas in Brazil are really good. Pineapple too. Pineapple and bananas would probably be the most. Açaí. Even though açaí is a berry, it's a berry. But açaí berry is very popular there. Definitely bananas are among the top there. Well, so far, not much has happened here for the United States. Barston saves it, but Saudi Arabia gets it. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to be very negative because if I'm too negative, some people cry and talk to their parents and call their mommy and say that I'm being too negative. It's okay to tie Saudi Arabia, okay? Okay, it's not okay, but I'm just trying to be patient here. I'm just going to be patient. Saying I don't watch basketball. No, I watch basketball, Jeff. I watch basketball. I mean, I haven't been watching much of the NBA Finals between the Pacers and OKC, but I'm always aware of what's going on. I'm always aware, which, by the way, OKC could win the NBA today, right? They have to beat the Pacers. They lead the series. So I'm following along with it. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is one of my favorite players. He's been like that for a while. Really good player for fantasy basketball. Very good player. Very efficient. It's a lot of stats, too. Rank the top 5 ex-USMNT players who are now analysts, talking heads, podcast hosts on a basis of good opinions and integrity. So you want me to rate them based on their podcasting work and their analyst work? If we're going to do it that way, and you guys in the chat can help me. So help me out here. Former U.S. men's national team players that now are podcasters or media people. Let me see here. I'm trying to think. Number 1 to me, probably Herc. I'll put Herc as number 1. If we're ranking top 5. Number 2, I'm trying to think. Clint Dempsey. Clint Dempsey would be number 2. I like Clint. He'll be my number 2. This one's going to be controversial, my number 3, because he has beefed with me on Twitter before. We've talked and we've hugged and we didn't kiss. We didn't kiss and we're not going to kiss, but we've hugged it out and we're good now. And I don't like a lot of his opinions in certain things. And I wish he was a bit harder on the podcast like he was on the field. I will put Jimmy Conrad as number 3. And I know a lot of people are going to hate this, but I'll put Jimmy Conrad as number 3. Because also when you look at the other guys on CBS, he's better than Charlie Davies. He's better than Tony Mayola. Um, but Jeff Cameron actually started a podcast. That is true. Jeff Cameron with Conkefa from the TST. So I'll put I'm gonna go with Alexi at number 4, just because he knows how to get things going. Says a lot of stupid shit here and there. Um, and we call it out when we can, but Alexi would be number 4. And then number 5, you have Howard, you have Landon. Um, Sasha is another one, right? But he's MLS now, covers MLS. Um, trying to think, who would be the other one? Beasley. I'm trying. Eric Wijnaldum. Eric Wijnaldum. He has a lot of things to say. That is for sure. But you guys are saying on basis of good opinions and integrity. If that's the case, I remove Alexi on basis of good opinions and integrity. And then what I would do is I would probably put Jeff Cameron and Tim Howard. I'd probably go Jeff Cameron and Tim Howard. If we're going to go on a basis of good opinions and integrity, then I have to pick Jeff Cameron and Tim Howard ahead of that. And they're saying tight shirt Twelman. No, Twelman, I don't know. It's just like Twelman, it seems like very often he's just trying to go viral. And that's kind of like my thing. I'm the one trying to go viral all the time, just kind of copy and pasting me. I'm joking. He's not doing that. The thing with Twelman is every time I watch an MLS game and he's commentating, especially if it's Inter Miami, the dude's like having an orgasm every time Messi scores. It's pretty, Saudi Arabia here. Matt Freeze with the save. Didn't seem like a tough save, but again, safe hands. He held the ball. So let me just watch this again, because Saudi Arabia with a good combo play there. Finds a through ball, shot, and then it was an easy save, but a solid save there for Matt Freeze. But again, it would just be probably Herc. I'll put Jimmy in that list. Jeff Cameron. What's his name? Tim Howard and Clint Dempsey. Those would be the 5. Not necessarily in that order. Stu Holden's the worst. Not in terms of like, he's not the worst in terms of like integrity, I guess. I just think he's not very good. Anton is saying 2009 USA versus Brazil conference, not conference. It was the Confederations Cup. That 2009 game was the Confederations Cup, which, by the way, I missed the Confederations Cup. I really liked it. I do prefer the Club World Cup. I think the Club World Cup has been a major success. I was very wrong about that. I was very skeptical of how FIFA was running things with the Club World Cup, but it's been a major success. And by the way, you guys know when I have to be harsh on MLS, I am freaking harsh on MLS. But the MLS teams have been doing fairly well in the Club World Cup, in my opinion. Obviously, you guys are going to say, hey, the results are not that good. Sure. I'm saying for what I expected from the MLS teams, they've been holding their own just fine. No MLS team has got embarrassed. No MLS team. And that alone is a big deal. I'll probably make a video about MLS in the Club World Cup once it's done. Once they're all eliminated, I'll do that, which Inter Miami might advance. So that means that'll be postponed. If they advance, which I think they will, it'll probably be in second place, and then Inter Miami will play PSG. They're not knocking out PSG. So that's where the road will end. Now, LAFC, I don't know if they're going to advance. They're probably going to lose to Flamengo, and they'll be out. And the Sounders were already officially eliminated. The Sounders are out. Jeff Carey say, Tack, you're perfect just the way you are, even with your curvy wiener. What? Jeff, that's a very weird comment. Too far, Jeff. Too far. Oh, and look at Botafogo. Botafogo got the lead against PSG. Botafogo is beating PSG. What is happening? What is happening? Oh my God. Botafogo is beating PSG. What is happening with these Brazilian clubs? They're all getting massive results. This is unreal. Botafogo is actually beating PSG. It was a lucky goal, but it doesn't matter. It's freaking funny. Botafogo just scored. It was a deflection. Oh, good ball from Ajiman to Malik Tillman. Tillman couldn't go through. Tillman with the ball. Has to reset. McGlynn to Ajiman. Ajiman holds it well and is blocked, and the goalkeeper will pick it up. How long till an African team wins the World Cup? Wicked Brew. Morocco was the closest they've ever gotten, right? Semifinals, even though they never really stood a chance to win it, right? I didn't think they would ever beat France or Argentina, but they did tremendously. But I think they're pretty far away. That's my opinion. I like an African nation making to the semifinals. I don't think it'll happen in the next World Cup or even 2030 from the teams that I'm seeing. So I think it's still far away from an African team winning the World Cup. They have the talent. They have to get their act together, but I don't think it's close, in my opinion. Ozzy's saying reffing like he lost family on 9/11. What? Okay. Antonio Yacht saying, is it a problem that most of the older USMNT players have podcasts instead of getting involved with youth levels or coaching side of things? No, Antonio, it's fine. That happens in every nation. And I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of former U.S. men's national team players that are into coaching and or like some type of management position, right? If you think about it, Alexi Lalas was a GM, right, for the Galaxy there. He was involved with soccer. He just failed and became a talking head on TV. But there's plenty. Lyndon Donovan was coaching the San Diego Loyal team, right, in USL. So Lyndon was coaching. They were involved, and there's plenty of others. So no, I don't have an issue with that. That happens in every country. Many of them become pundits, and many of them go into coaching, and it's perfectly normal. Let's see. And then Michael saying, who made the United States play if we advance? How far are we making? We cross paths with Mexico's group. So if we finish in first, I mean, Costa Rica and Mexico will play in the last game to see who finishes first, who finishes second. So we're going to play Mexico or Costa Rica. That's who we cross with. Two very tough matchups in the quarterfinals. Two very, 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 very tough matchups. Hydration break here. Hydration break. And Botafogo actually does have the lead against PSG. Link to Pete's commercial. Someone found his commercial the other day and they posted it. Someone found his commercial. Is Pete? Yeah, Pete's on the toilet. He has massive diarrhea. Massive. Yeah, Eddie Johnson's a good example of someone that got into coaching. There's many U.S. men's national team players that got into coaching. Jeff Cameron and Breck Shea, they're coaching people in Miami. Breck Shea and Jeff Cameron. And I mean, imagine you as a kid. Imagine me as a like 10 or 12-year-old getting coached by Breck Shea. Dude, I would be the greatest player of all time if Breck Shea coached me. That would have been my dream. But unfortunately, I didn't have that opportunity because when I was growing up, Breck Shea was playing professionally. Unfortunately. Yeah, so I never got coached by Breck Shea. 321 likes. So if you guys could kindly get those likes up, get them up. Come on. Get it to 500. Keep hitting the like button. It's a great way to support the channel for free. Great way to support the channel for free if you want to by getting the likes up. Up and away. Just do it. Let me see if I didn't miss anyone here in the chat as well. Roma legend Michael Bradley. Yeah, Michael Bradley is getting into coaching as well. Michael Bradley. Isn't he coaching New York Red Bulls B team now? Michael Bradley. Probably learned a lot from his dad, Bob Bradley. Brandon McPhail is saying, one thing I always gave Greg Berhalter credit for was the cohesiveness and commitment he got from the players. Brendan, except for in the Copa America, the team did not seem cohesive or committed during the Copa America. Why does it seem like Pochettino isn't getting the same out of the players? Can this be sorted out by 2026? I don't know, man. Like I said, towards the end of the Berhalter era, the team did not really look committed or cohesive. During the first cycle, we did play like shit many times, but you're right. It did look cohesive and the players did look committed. But during the Copa America, during that entire summer of 2024, it did not look cohesive and definitely didn't look committed. Which, by the way, if you guys remember, do you guys remember the Paraguayan stalker? Do you guys remember the Paraguayan stalker that I had in the Copa America final? If you do, just say yes in the chat. I'm going to probably go back to Miami to Hard Rock for Palmeiras versus Inter Miami. I wonder if the Paraguayan stalker will be there. He might live in Miami. We might see the Paraguayan stalker there. NBA final check-in. Indiana is beating OKC by 20 right now, heading into the end of the second quarter. And if the Pacers win, we're going to go to Game 7. If it's Game 7, I'm watching that shit. Game 7 will be Sunday at 8 p.m. Pacers versus the Thunder, OKC. That one I'm watching. OKC, if they go to Game 7, I might even do a live watch-along for Pacers versus OKC. Might even do a live watch-along. That's a good final, by the way. Interesting. Don't jinx. I'm not jinxing the Pacers. I didn't say they're going to win. I'm saying they're winning by 20 right now. They have a 20-point lead. Actually, 16 now. The lead is dropping. As soon as I made that comment, it's dropping. Here comes Saudi Arabia. Ball goes through. I'll say this. Saudi Arabia is definitely better than that. What's the name? Than Trinidad. Not great, but they're better. So the game is definitely looking much tougher today. And we have the same exact lineup. Not much has happened. That's the thing. Not much. 371 likes. Guys, get them up. Get more likes. We need to hit at least. Can we at least hit 500 likes before halftime? That's not too much to ask for. Dude, the XG of this game is 0.03 for each team so far. 0.03 for each team. That means if you combine both teams, you get a 6% chance of a goal. 6% chance combined. Oh, and here comes Saudi Arabia. Beautiful block from Chris Richards. Crucial block there from Chris Richards. Oh, goodness. What was Alex Freeman doing? What was Alex Freeman doing? And Chris Richards comes to the rescue to save Alex Freeman. Well, that's a Premier League center back right there. Berhalter or Klinsmann on the World Cup roster? Are you talking about Jurgen Klinsmann's son, the goalkeeper, and Sebastian Berhalter? Because our goalkeeper position sucks so much, I think there are higher odds of Klinsmann making the World Cup roster as like a backup goalkeeper, even though I don't think that'll happen, than Sebastian Berhalter. Even though Sebastian Berhalter has looked pretty competent. I don't have much complaints. It's just that our midfield has a lot of depth. Our midfield has a lot of depth. So if you look towards that, the odds of Klinsmann somehow becoming a third goalkeeper by then, which, by the way, he was playing the second division of Italy. Did they get promoted? Where was he playing again? I didn't watch him, so I don't have much of opinion there. It's just that we don't have much depth with the goalkeeper position. Oh, and here comes the U.S. Barfston with the cross. That was blocked. And Saudi Arabia will clear it. Diego Luna still has it. Sebastian Berhalter. Yeah, I'm expecting probably Klinsmann would have higher odds. I don't expect either one to be in the World Cup roster, by the way. Adrian, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Thank you very much. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. They're saying, didn't you interview Paxton Aronson? Yes, I have interviewed Paxton Aronson actually twice. I interviewed him twice. I stopped interviewing players for a few reasons. One, it can get annoying to deal with agents, and I'm not going to expand upon that. And two, the other thing with it is for some reason my interview with players don't really do well. It would do in terms of views. It does a lot better when I interview or have a debate with Alexi or with Herc, or I bring like the parent of a player. Seems like you guys don't care much because players don't really have much to say. They're very cautious with what they say. So the interviews are not very interesting. Oh, they're saying Ajimon sucks. Oh, we know, guys. We know. We know Ajimon's not very good. We know that. They're saying interview with McKennie would be funny. Probably not. I don't think it would be funny. I actually don't think he would be very cautious with everything that he says. I don't think it would be funny. Got to get Landon Donovan. Look, if Landon Donovan says something like, I will go to tactical manager for an interview, I would 100% have Landon Donovan on. He is one of the best U.S. men's national team players of all time. He has a lot of opinions that I very much dislike, to say the least. But 100% I would have Landon Donovan on. 100%. And I would be super respectful to him for everything he's done for the U.S. men's national team. But of course, the same way I had Lala's on, and I mean, when I have to push back, I'll push back. And obviously, he'll have the right to defend himself. Pacers need to win to save basketball. Why the Pacers are not OKC? I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't care who wins. Kyler saying Sebastian slide tackles like kicking people is in his blood. Glad he doesn't play co-ed. Okay. I'll leave it at that, Kyler. Thank you for the super chat. Yepper saying, Tack, I'm hungry. Go get food. What's stopping you? Go get food. Order a pizza. It should be cheap. They're saying, any plans to attend Palmeiras and Inter Miami in person? Logan, yes. I'm actually working right now with a brand or a company where they will help me go to this game. So I would say there's a 90% chance that I will go to Miami on Monday for Palmeiras versus Miami. Palmeiras is my team, and Inter Miami is my favorite hate watch. So there are very high odds that I'll be there on Monday. Which, by the way, is anyone here in the chat going to the game? Yeah, I don't know. Like, looking at the bench right now, there's no way Damian Downs is worse than Ajuman, right? There's no way. I'm trying to believe that there's no way. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, you have options on the bench, like Damian Downs would be one to see how he does up top. Johnny and Tyler in the midfield. Paxton Aronson, Brendan Aronson, Quinn Sullivan. These are options that can help the United States win the game. But so far, it's been a very poor performance. And I'm not going to say Saudi Arabia was better. They do have a higher XG for whatever that's worth. It's been a game that's been fairly balanced, and both teams get the award of not doing jack shit. All right, go back here. This game is, this game has been an abomination. This game has been an abomination to watch. By the way, who's going to go to Chappelle tomorrow? Tomorrow, we're going to be live at Chappelle Football. The link is in the description. That's our other channel, the Brazil channel in English. We're going to go live there for Flamengo versus Chelsea. Live stream tomorrow at Chappelle Football. Link is in the description of this video. If you want to join me, join me. If you don't want to join me there, it's okay. No hard feelings. I promise. I promise. I'm not really the type of guy to get sensitive. I mean, I'll never forgive you if you don't go there, but no hard feelings. United States the ball, bad pass from Barfston, and then Diego Luna has to recover it. Man, Landon Donovan was right about Ajiman being a nightmare. It's a nightmare for me to watch him with the U.S. men's national team jersey. He's a really, really, really bad player. United States with the ball. Jack McGlynn, with all his lack of speed that he doesn't like when we talk about it, apparently. Quality player. Diego Luna. McGlynn. Good switch. Alex Freeman. Oh, my goodness. What is that? Okay, we still have the ball. McGlynn to Freeman. Freeman on a 1v1 once again. Tries to get... Okay, that's a decent cross. Just got blocked eventually. Saudi Arabia is all the way back. Hey, Tack, how does the U.S. men's national team being terrible affect LeBron James's legacy? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with LeBron these days, too. I'm still surprised that he's still playing. I feel like he was already kind of a veteran when I was in high school, and the dude is still around. I'm a Laker fan, but I honestly stopped watching for a bit. I have nothing against LeBron. I'm just not very entertained watching LeBron James play. I was a big fan of Kobe Bryant growing up, and LeBron just doesn't move it for me. Look, don't get me wrong. LeBron is an incredible player, one of the best to ever play the game. I'm just saying I don't find him entertaining. I don't enjoy watching LeBron James. I might get some hate for that, but I just didn't really enjoy it. Senor is sending a super chat. Thank you very much. Saying, honestly, I think this Gold Cup has been Cowell's moment. I believe he's actually better than Luna also. Why is Tyler Adams benched? I disagree with you about Cade Cowell. I think, how is he even doing in Liga MX these days? I disagree with that. I think Luna is a better player, but I'm not going to get into specifics with that. I already talked about it multiple times. Now, why is Tyler Adams on the bench? He was injured, so he's just coming back from an injury. There was no reason to force it. That's what I'm assuming is the reason he's on the bench. That's what I'm assuming. Okay, United States with the ball. Jack McGlynn all the way back to Matt Freese. Jack saying, can anyone save us at this point? I mean, look, the thing is, last game, some people at the straight red card were saying that I was too negative, right? Just because I was saying we beat a very, very bad Trinidad and Tobago side, so please hold your horses, right? I'm happy that we won. Thank God we won. But just hold your horses, right? Because it doesn't mean shit to beat a team like that 5-0. And now today we're facing an opponent that's not even really good. It's just, I guess, competent opponent. And look at this. The game has been a disaster. If we're going to win this, it'll probably be like 1-0. It's been a terrible game. And also, you got to respect Saudi Arabia. They paid a lot of money to be here. Bad switch from Richards, and Barfston can't save it. I don't know who can save us. I don't know. Stephen Agishi saying, do you think Pochettino hurts the perception and reputation of Latin coaches? I don't think no one will hire Latin coaches that lead U.S. soccer after 2026. Ultimately, it's going to depend on how we do in the World Cup. Because Pochettino's here to stay till the World Cup. And if the United States does well in the World Cup, that's ultimately where he's going to be judged upon. That's what it's going to be. right? Everything that happened before, no one's going to give a crap. That's what's going to depend. Now, are we trending in the right direction for the World Cup? No. Now, it's a short tournament that you can randomly catch fire and things can work out. Or if Pochettino can figure out by then, we can still do well in the World Cup. But ultimately, that's where he's going to be judged. Alex Freeman, Sebastian Berhalter. Freeman with the ball. Is Pete doing the post game? I don't know. I hope so. I hope so because I'm not planning on doing it. So if he doesn't do it, the problem for Pete to do the post game is I don't know if he's watching the game. I don't know if he's actually watching the game right now. But anyhow, here comes the United States. Barfston to Sebastian Berhalter. Cross goes in, and it's going to be cleared by Saudi Arabia. Cleared by Saudi Arabia. And they try to play. Good tackle there from Sebastian Berhalter to stop the counterattack. Good tackle. I don't know yet. He told me he was going to, but I don't know. Playing down the left with the most shit player. So you're talking about Barfston. I don't think Barfston is the worst. Well, he might be the worst player on the field. Him and Ajiman. Yeah, it's just yeah, watching the U.S. men's national team play Saudi Arabia is something else, right? Especially after you watch these Club World Cup games that mostly have been pretty good. Do I think that Charizard can save us? Dude, no one can save this team. Only Jesus Christ can save this team. And even so, man, Jesus will have to be one heck of a player to save this team. And here comes Barfston. Cross goes in. No one there to put it into the back of the net. Muglin, cross. Ajiman with a very weak header. Very weak header for a big boy. Let's see. Steven saying, why did he go with the same horrible lineup? It beats the crap out of me. I don't know. I forgot to hit send on this. Drafted it back at the 29th minute. I don't know, man. I don't know why he went the same one. Maybe he was going to start Haji Wright, but Haji Wright apparently has a minor Achilles injury or just discomfort. I don't know. I think the option now, the things he can change at halftime, it's like Damian Downs for Ajiman. Quinn Sullivan can go on for McGlynn. I think he's a better winger. And at some point, Tyler and Johnny go in for Sebastian Berhalter and De La Torre. Even though Sebastian Berhalter and De La Torre have been fine, they just don't really get anything going. They just don't do much. Nick saying, if we lose, Pete needs to wear a McQueen diaper. Yeah, he probably should just wear an old man diaper regardless. He needs to stop having explosive diarrhea all the time. He also probably should check his diet. Like, what is going on with his diet? Having diarrhea once or twice a year, it's fine. That happens to all of us. I have it like once a month. But Pete has it way too many times. By the way, get those likes to 500. We are at 450 right now. 450. We can hit 500 before halftime. We have like a minute. Just hit the like button, get it up. The Berhalter horseshoe is back. A little bit. Michael's saying Pochettino coached elite strikers. How is he okay watching Ajiman? I don't know. I just guys, you guys keep asking me about Ajiman. I don't know. I agree with all of you with that. And I've been getting a lot of hate from some Charlotte fans and MLS fanboys about criticizing the almighty Ajiman. And I'm like, I have nothing against him. I just don't understand why he's there. I guess that's the problem. Maybe I'm just stupid. Wicked Bruce saying, as a Chelsea fan, I knew this Pochettino hire was going to be a disaster. I was correct. Pochettino is cooked post Tottenham volley ducks. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. So far, you are mostly right. So far, but the Pochettino era ain't over. But yeah, so far you are right. Wicked Brew, are you going to be in my Chelsea stream tomorrow at Chappelle? The link is in the description of this video. Chelsea versus Flamengo. Are you going to be in that live watch along? I know a lot about Flamengo, so it'll be interesting to see how many Chelsea fans pop in. I think we may be washed or cooked. Hugo Lopez. Yeah, you got to keep in mind these are not our best players, and these players are definitely crap. And Barston just bodied the shit out of the Saudi player. Just body the shit out of him. Barston right there. Um, this team right here is definitely cooked, and they're gonna say that I'm being too negative. I think I'm being too nice. I honestly think I'm being too nice. It's just been a terrible game to watch. Yeah, it's another snooze fest. A boring ass game for the U.S. men's national team. Lucky for me, I have the Botafogo PSG game. Otherwise, and I had a lot of coffee. Nabhuto is also saying I could be watching Game 6 of the NBA Finals instead of. Yeah, maybe I'll put the NBA game on. Maybe I'll put the NBA game on. What's the score right now with the Pacers and OKC? So Pacers have a 22-point lead in the third quarter. So I don't know if that game's a good watch right now either, even though they can easily come back from that. OKC. Daniel saying, can we beat Canada with this team? Daniel, we're definitely not the favorites. Can we beat them? Sure, we can. Anything can happen. But are we the favorites to beat Canada? No. No, we don't. Steven Spada saying the U.S. men's national team should start a YouTube channel and name it We Don't Show Speed. Yeah, maybe we'll get at least I Show Speed to promote them. But so first half is over. Let me actually put the stats here on screen so you guys can see it for yourself. It's incredible, the stats right here. So the United States is playing masturbation ball right now, 72% ball possession, no penetration. This team can't penetrate, just all foreplay today. We're just foreplaying throughout the game. We have a 0.15 XG. Saudi Arabia has a 0.19 XG, so it's essentially the same crap. The teams combined couldn't even hit half a goal. Combined. You could combine both of these teams and it wouldn't hit half an expected goal. Half. Aaron's saying just the tip. They ain't getting even the tip. There's nothing going on there. There's nothing. Honestly, not even foreplay. There's nothing going on here in this game. Nothing. Nothing. 0.19 XG for Saudi Arabia, 0.15. And honestly, when you watch the game, it feels like it was even less than that. Right? Both teams had 2 shots, 1 on target. None of them were very dangerous. It's just not good. Guys, let me check here with Pete real quick. 1 second. Hey, I'm in the stream. Okay, I'll let them know. I'll let them know. Okay. If you can, yeah, we can stay on and do the post. I'll let everyone know. Keep you posted. I sent you the link. See it. You're not missing on much. The game is shit. All right. See it. Yeah. We'll talk soon. If anything, just hop in. See it. Okay. Okay. Pete is still pooping the toilet right now pretty badly. I think the game made his diarrhea worse. Seth didn't say anything. Thank you for the super chat, Seth. Michael, if Arfston passes back to the defense one more time from a good crossing position, I'll off myself in front of Pochettino to ruin my life. That's not the biggest issue with Arfston or Barston. Tack, do you play Counter-Strike? I don't. They're saying it's fairly popular among Brazilians. I don't play many video games. I play mainly Nintendo games when I have time. Pokemon, Zelda, Mario Kart, Mario Party. Those are the games I play. And I used to play a lot of Football Manager, but they didn't put out Football Manager 25. So I didn't play Football Manager this year, but that's another game that I play a lot. Hugo Lopez is saying no lube. I don't think lube would solve the issues of this team. There's not enough lube in this world. Adrian Ariola is saying, get Barfston and Ajiman far away from this team. What the heck? Adrian, it's something we just don't really understand. I don't understand how these two are still playing. We saw that in the first game. I mean, I could be wrong, and I didn't watch every Red Bull game when John Token was there, but I always thought that Token looked better as a left back than Arfston. Because Arfston's not really a left back. That's the other thing too. Soccer en las Nubes is saying Argentina uses Europeans. We think MLS is better. Argentina uses Europeans. We think MLS is better. I don't know what you mean there, Soccer. And Pete, he's here. You're out of the toilet.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yep.
I cannot hear you. Let me try coming back in. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. I can hear you.
I can't hear anything. Let me get back out and try.
Okay. Chris saying could use Cole Campbell and Matthijs Albert. Well, they're with Dortmund as far as I know. So is Gio Reyna, by the way, which is really funny, right? Gio Reyna went to the Club World Cup with Dortmund just so he could sit on the bench and not play as always. Falcon is saying, what sub should we have in the second half? Well, Damian Downs for Patrick Ajiman should happen right away. That's the first one. I would also have John Token go on for Arfston. I would also have John Token go in for Arfston. Outside of that, most of the other ones I would keep. At some point, maybe Quinn Sullivan go in for McGlynn, just because Quinn Sullivan is a better winger, at least more goal dangerous, and we need to get a win. Or you can remove Sebastian Berhalter. Let me actually put the players here. And Pete, can you hear me now, Pete?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, so the game's been terrible from both sides, and they're asking me about subs that I would do in the second half. What I was saying is I would get Damian Downs for Ajiman because I don't see the point on playing Ajiman at this point. The other one I would do is I would actually maybe move McGlynn and replace Sebastian Berhalter or De La Torre and probably put Quinn Sullivan on the right wing or Brendan Aronson.
Yeah, well, they're giving us also lots of space down the left, and Arfston's doing nothing with it. Like, we need to get Tolkien on there, I think. That's another option because they're just letting Arfston have the ball on the left, and he doesn't do anything with it.
Somehow his foot mob rating is 7.4.
Yeah, that's why I don't care what FootMob says.
Yeah, so pretty much that. I'll probably move McGlynn central, have De La Torre or Berhalter out, and then put Quinn Sullivan or Aronson, Downs for Ajiman, and Token for Arfston. And then later in the half, you can send in Tyler and Johnny in the double pivot. We can try Paxton Aronson central if needed.
Yeah.
But those three would probably be the ones. And, dude, Alex Freeman has been pretty bad today, too.
Yeah, he hasn't been good, but what's the other option? Nathan Harriel? Like,
yeah.
Again, why didn't we call Joe Scally into this roster?
Yeah, well, at this point, even if Freeman is not playing well, he's much younger than Nathan Harriel, so just give him the minutes. Just let him play.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we can go here. And by the way, in the chat, so Pete might not be able to make it to the post game. Do you guys want us to just stay live for like 20 to 30 minutes after and just do the post game here? We can do that after.
It also is no guarantee that I can hop in the post game. I will try, but I still have two more scenes to shoot.
If you can't hop, then I'm ending the stream after because there's no point for me to yap on my own.
I'll text you like 10 minutes before the end to let you know. If they wrap me at 8:15 my time, then I can just hop in the car and I can do the post game with you on the way home. But if they don't, then I'm kind of trapped. And I'm sorry. Tell everyone I'm sorry. It's out of my control.
They can hear you. They can hear you.
Sorry, everyone. It's out of my control.
Yeah, we'll think about forgiveness. I'm not very forgiving, but we'll get to it.
Man's got to work. Rent must be paid.
Steven Spada is saying mint or ginger tea can help Pete if he does have IBS. It can stop diarrhea in about 10 to dude. Sometimes diarrhea, there's no fixing it. It just happens, and there's nothing you
just got to ride it out.
Alexander is saying Arfston is the best player on the field tonight. If you don't agree with me, you're a Euro snob and a crew hater. He's definitely not the worst. It's still Ajiman, in my opinion, but
yes, he's not the worst, but he's been ineffective.
Yeah. Steven is saying me and Marsh shared shrimp pastel in Salvador. Salvador is in Brazil. Okay, so Steven is like the spicy Steve now, like Jeff. So
Is he? Wow.
yeah, and then there's Jeff, and Jeff wanted to ban him.
Jeff wants to be the only one. That's why.
Yeah, well, they can have their little threesome with someone else. And Jeff saying, "Let's watch the PSG game." Pete, Botafogo is beating PSG.
Nice. Good for them.
Botafogo is beating PSG. And then Logan is saying, "Hot take: crowd size doesn't matter. The Club World Cup has been fun and enjoyable to watch, unlike this game." No, I agree with you, and I don't know your opinion on this, Pete. Let me put you here, bigger screen. I actually think I was skeptical of it at first, but I think the Club World Cup has been a success. I've been enjoying it.
What I've watched has been enjoyable to watch. Yeah.
I would say it's probably here to stay. It's been enjoyable, and I think the knockout rounds are going to be very fun. And Seth is saying Pochettino doesn't even see if Borussia Dortmund would let Gio go. Paid to keep Carney temporarily.
Talking about Chukwuemeka, who they brought in on loan, so they just kept him there for the Club World Cup.
Oh, and Joe Bellingham in time. Gio won't play 20. Gio and Sargent would feast. Yeah, I like Sargent should have been here too. If you're gonna play Ajiman, you might as well give Sargent the Gold Cup and just say, "Hey, this is your last chance, buddy. Show us something." Yeah. But
Sargent, Scally, and Gio would have helped this team a lot.
Yeah, well, also you want to get these guys going for that. They could be useful for us in the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
But instead, we're wasting a bunch of roster spots with useless players that won't be there in the World Cup for sure. Like they won't be there. Testament, why is Testament not here? That's a great opportunity to test him out.
Even like Busio, for example, or Aiden Morris. Like with Tyler Adams' injury, we didn't really have a 6, and Johnny also, right? Why not give Aiden Morris a shot?
I don't know. Jack saying Pete's being modest. 11 Yanks pays the rent. Guys, I doubt it.
I wish.
Yeah. Lucas is saying, has the Club World Cup exposed European bias? Luke, not yet. I think that one thing that it showed maybe Europeans is that at least the Brazilian clubs so far, none of them have been getting actually, I think the Brazilian clubs are all undefeated. Yeah, even against Europeans. So it just showed that the gap is not that big. But the European clubs are still better. I firmly believe that the winner will be one of the European giants. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think what it showed is like the top Brazilian clubs, if they were in top 5 leagues in Europe, they would definitely be top 10 in those leagues. That's what it kind of showed, that the top. But remember, these are the best Brazilian clubs. And like, for example, Porto, Benfica, these are not the best European team, even though Botafogo is defeating PSG somehow.
Well, also Dortmund was 9th in the Bundesliga last year. It's not even a top 4 German club anymore.
Yeah, but Fluminense completely dominated them too. It was pretty bad for Dortmund. But overall, it just showed that the gap is not as big as they thought with South America. And I'm going to be honest about MLS too. MLS hasn't been doing great, right? They haven't been doing great. Like the Sounders are out. Inter Miami will probably advance with Palmeiras, but I would say that MLS has looked better than I expected.
Not as bad, for sure. Not as bad as we thought they were going to be. They're at home, though. They're at home, and that's important, right?
Yes, they are playing at home, and there's also no excuse about it being like the end of the season. They are mid-season, but regardless, there were games that it would be very easy for MLS teams to get spanked. They're not getting Sounders today kind of did. Like Atletico was much better, but they didn't get embarrassed. And I think that for MLS to play a team that's much better, I would say it's a positive for them. P has a suit. What are you recording, by the way? Commercial?
No, it's for a TV show. I'm not really allowed to say which one, but
you're not allowed to. Spicy Jeff is asking if there's nude scenes.
No, there's no nude scenes. Sorry, Spicy Jeff. At least not for me. I don't have any nude scenes. So
Spicy Jeff, you can watch someone else then. Have fun with it.
I mean, I'm not saying they do. I don't know. I just show up and do my job and don't ask people if they have nude scenes, because that's how you get canceled and fired.
But anyhow, United States 0, Saudi Arabia 0. What's kind of showing back in the last stream, you weren't here, Pete, too. There were people saying the straight red card that I was too negative when we beat Trinidad, this terrible Trinidad team 5-0. Now we're playing against a Saudi Arabia team that is not good. It's just a competent team. This is not a good team. It's just competent, right? Well organized and okay players. And we've looked like very mediocre against a very mediocre opponent. Like, we haven't done shit the whole first half. The XG, I said this, the XG of both teams doesn't add up to half a goal. Half a goal.
No, and the way Saudi's playing is the way that we hate to play. They're bunkering. They have this low block, and we're moving the ball way too slowly. Like, everybody takes the touch, 2 touches, 3 touches, passes it again. It's too easy for them to keep the ball right in front of them. There's very little off-ball movement. We're not moving the ball quickly enough. We're not taking advantage of the space that they're giving us on the left. It's just this is where we always struggle against low blocks, and Saudi Arabia understands it, and they're making our lives very difficult.
So their very good-looking coach watched our games.
Yes.
Do you believe the rumors that Pulisic didn't want to play in the Gold Cup because he didn't want to bring his girlfriend to meet her Bernard or to see him in person?
I mean, that is allegedly a thing. We don't know that for sure, but allegedly that may be true.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope like Pulisic would go on an interview right now and clarify those rumors, because
he's going to say, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
But he's a very good-looking coach. So, yeah, I mean, that's also probably why a lot of the players didn't want Hervé Renard to be the U.S. men's national team coach. We could have a situation like the 1998 World Cup with Eric Ronaldo, too. Like, you know what happened there. And by the way, the second half just started here, 0-0, and from what I'm seeing, no changes, Pete.
Sounds like Poch. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and we talked about this today. Let me just read the super chat, and I want to talk about something. You called me during the Palmeiras game, and remember, I want to talk about what we talked about at halftime. Our Lubin, unfortunately, European fans are saying that their clubs see this tournament as a friendly and are taking it seriously. I don't believe that, dude. I saw it. Did you guys see Simeone today? Like, these people do care. They do care. It's just European fans, and they're not accepting that they're the best in the world still, but not that much. What I said today about the Palmeiras game when Pete called, Palmeiras was struggling in the first half against Al Ahly, and I told him that doesn't make sense. Palmeiras has a much better team. And the coach did make a few mistakes with the lineup. He immediately made 2 subs at halftime. That completely changed the game, and Palmeiras got an easy 2-0 win. Could have been 3 or 4. That's a coach.
Do you think Poch knows you're allowed to do that at halftime? Do you think he knows that?
No, he thinks he can only make subs from the 60th minute beyond.
Sounds like it.
So, like, I don't know, man. Like, watching the first half, I didn't like what I was seeing with Saudi Arabia and the United States. So I would hope Pochettino's not liking it and you take action right away. But Pochettino has the reflexes and the same reaction time as a freaking basset hound. Like, the dude takes his sweet time.
Yeah. Yep.
And here comes Barf. We're calling Barfston, not Arfston, just Barfston forever. There's no other way to put it. And let me see if I didn't miss anyone here in the chat. So right now we're minute 47, 2 minutes into the second half here. And things are going. I don't know. Am I allowed to be negative today?
I don't know. Ask the chat.
Chat, am I allowed to be negative today? Or are you all going to leave and complain with the straight red card that I was too negative? You guys going to go complain? Talk to your mom about it? Dad? No? I don't know if I'm allowed to or not. Yes, do. I mean, I've been fairly fair to the United States today because this game, honestly, I shouldn't even be watching this game at this point. I have the Botafogo game on, and I'm probably going to keep watching that. It's actually pretty cool to see that and here comes the United States. Nope, not with Ajiman. We're not scoring. Peter, are you able to watch the game right now?
Yeah, I've been watching it on Fubo on my phone.
You're watching it now while you're in the
Right
stream?
Now I can't watch it. If I'm on the stream, I can't watch it.
Go watch it. Go watch it.
And then I'll text you. I'll let you know if I can make the post game. Right now, it's not looking good though.
Okay,
I still have 2 more games to shoot.
Go watch the game. Go watch the game. Talk to you soon.
All right. See ya.
All right, Pete's back with the toilet. They're BFFs. Say, don't be negative. Christian say, don't be negative. I'm negative enough. I mean, yeah, it's just that like they're saying, wait, Tack, there are days where you are positive. Tony, you might not remember. Do you remember the BJ Callahan era? Do you remember how positive I was during the BJ Callahan era? it was a breath of fresh air. I was very positive during that. And I mean, I can be negative and I can be positive. It's just a matter of like what's going on. Like anyone that watches my Chappelle channel, the other channel that the link is in the description of this video, I'm positive about Carlo Ancelotti with Brazil. I'm very positive about Carlo Ancelotti with Brazil because it's positive, because it's good. You got to call a spade a spade. But holy crap, my expectations for this game were low, but my goodness. Yeah, it's been one heck of a game here. Barston. Okay, 48 minutes. And now the cameraman just keeps showing Hervé Renard. The cameraman just keeps showing Hervé Renard. Let's be real. Who would win in a fight? Pochettino or Hervé Renard? Who would win in a fight? Be honest, okay? You guys can't lie. Should I make a poll? Let me make a poll on the chat. Let me see. Start a poll. Who would win? Who would win in a street fight? On a street fight. Okay, I'm gonna put up a poll. Pochettino, Hervé Renard. Okay, let's start the poll here. Okay. The poll should be in the chat right now. I'll end it soon. Go vote. Who would win on a street fight? Hervé Renard or Mauricio Pochettino? No Coast Rap saying Argument no en boca ni por casualidad. I don't know what that means. I'm 99% sure that that's Spanish, but I don't know what you're saying. I know Portuguese, not Spanish. I know Portuguese. Let's see how the poll's going. We have 200 votes right now, and Hervé Renard has the lead, 77%. Hervé Renard has the lead, 75% for Herb. Who the heck is voting on Pochettino? Do you guys really think Pochettino would be able to beat Hervé Renard on a street fight? There is no way. Dude, for all we know, Hervé Renard might be an assassin. He might have killed someone. Look at that guy. He might have murdered someone. Who knows? Anthony's saying, looks like the soccer moms came out to see Renard. I am 100% sure that the ticket sales went up because of that. Jake's saying Portuguese commentary. How many likes do we have? If we hit 700 likes, I'll do Portuguese commentary. We are at 571. If we hit the goal of 700 likes, I'll do Portuguese commentary. So I'm going to end the poll very soon. Right now, we have almost 300 votes, and most people are saying and they're voting at Hervé Renard to win this fight. Hervé Renard would beat the shit out of Pochettino. I am 100% sure. There's no way. Pochettino would never beat Hervé Renard in a fight. Okay, Jack McGlynn. McGlynn tries the through ball, cleared. All right. So now 619 likes. We're not at 700 yet. So I can't do the Portuguese commentary. I do keep my word. So right now we're a minute 52. I wonder how long it's going to take for Pochettino to make a sub. McGlynn, cross, Richards. Oh, that was a good opportunity. That was a good header, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. Right at the goalkeeper. Richards had a good game, defensively and even going forward. Which Pokemon? What, Larry? Which Pokemon I would have in the starting 11? No, Pokemons don't play soccer. No, they don't. Pokemons don't play soccer. Even though if you were to pick a Pokemon, probably pick a ghost type like Gengar. Or you can just pick maybe Snorlax and put him on goal. He would cover the whole goal. Just have him sleep. Just use rest. But having Gengar on the field seems like a massive advantage. You just go down. Okay, Luna in the box. Still has the ball. Luna, nice through ball. But the goalkeeper comes out and is able to get it before Barfston gets there. 54 minutes. The U.S. is looking a bit better in the second half. Not good, just a little bit better, even though the bar is very freaking low. Very low bar. And here comes Saudi Arabia. Good switch. And the Saudi player cannot settle that ball because he looks like an amateur player. Richards won that header and almost scored. Saved by the goalkeeper. Katia is saying, I hope Saudi Arabia scores so Hervernard takes his shirt off. I don't know if he's going to take his shirt off. He might button down a bit more, but I don't think he'll take his shirt off. He might just button down a bit more, but he probably won't take his shirt off. Matt is saying, Luna looks chunky and too short. Haji should come in for Ajiman. So Haji Wright's not on the bench. He's dealing with a Achilles, not injury, I guess, like discomfort. There's no confirmation of what it is, but he's not available. Yeah, and Luna is stocky. He's a stocky player. He's always been like that, Diego Luna. It's just his body type. He's just a stocky player. Diego Luna blows by one and then just goes out of bounds, and that'll be a corner. Corner, or is it a corner, or is it a... I don't know. Actually, it might be a goal kick. Luna is 4'6". Yeah, Diego Luna might not be taller than Tom Cruise, actually. I think he might not be taller than Tom Cruise. Lázaro saying, you're American? Yeah, my parents are Brazilian, Lázaro. Sim, meus pais são brasileiros. Yes, Lázaro. Which, by the way, Lázaro, we do have the Chappelle Football channel. The link is in the description, where we cover Brazilian soccer or football, whatever you call it, in English. The link to the Brazilian channel in English is in the description. It's called Chappelle Football. Tomorrow we're doing a live stream there for Flamengo versus Chelsea. That'll be on Chappelle Football. Link is in the description. Saudi Arabia made substitutions here. Saudi Arabia. Okay, can I end the poll? Did everyone vote already? Can I end the poll? Okay, I'm going to end the poll right there in the chat for Pochettino and Hervernard. We had like 400 votes. And I ended the poll, and 70% voted. So right here, who would win on a street fight? Hervernard wins at 71%. Pochettino loses at 28%. So you guys decided we're democracy here, and it looks like if they got into a fight, Hervernard would beat the shit out of Pochettino. Does Chappelle mean hat? Yes, Chappelle does mean hat. Luna is 5'8". I don't know, man. I don't know if he's taller than Tom Cruise. He's definitely not better looking than Tom Cruise, but he might be taller. I am better looking than Tom Cruise, and I am also taller than Tom Cruise. I am taller than Tom Cruise and better looking than Tom Cruise. It's all true. Man, this game is legit ass. Sebastian Berhalter wins the header. And here goes Ajiman, stumbling through everyone. This guy, like, struggles to run. He just struggles to run, man. The ball goes on his feet, and it's just like a freaking hot potato. It's like burning his toes. And now here comes Saudi Arabia in transition. We'll see what Saudi Arabia can do. Ball goes through. They might get a shot. Okay, this might be dangerous. With the shot, oh my goodness, Saudi Arabia just hit the post. He was offsides, but they just hit the post. Sorry, I went mute there for a second. It's offside. It's offside. He was offside by a lot. Definitely more than the 3 inches that Spicy Jeff was talking about. Steven is saying, do you think American soccer coaches are stupid? Saying American soccer coaches are stupid is a big generalization. Now, are most American soccer coaches bad? Yes, they are. A good amount of them. Now, saying they're all stupid, that's too much. Freeman sends, oh, Ajiman. No, man, no. I can't keep watching this. Why am I covering this team? Ajiman back to McGlynn to De La Torre, out wide to Barfston to McGlynn. McGlynn shoots and he's blocked again. Someone said Ajiman is looking good. He is definitely not looking good. He is most certainly not looking good. Jack McGlynn to Barfston. Cross goes in. Cleared. Luna. And that was a handball from Diego Luna, or someone was offside. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Who's saying cap tied? Like, who's cap tied? McGlynn has 1 foot. Yeah, he does. Oh my goodness. Right now we're at minute 60 and it looks like Tyler Adams is ready to come in. I'm okay with that. I just don't think Tyler Adams is going to save this team. Dragon is saying, can we get more Chappelle streams and content? Yes, we will. We will ramp up the Chappelle content. It's more a matter of time, right? And we're going to be doing a stream tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do a Chappelle stream, Flamengo versus Chelsea. We'll see how that stream does. Tomorrow we're gonna ramp up Chappelle. For anyone that doesn't know, Chappelle is the one that the link is in the description, the channel that we have. I'll share it here on screen once again, real quick. Where's the Chappelle? There it is. It's this channel right here. The link to it is in the description of this video, and this is the stream that we're doing tomorrow. If you guys can, just go hit the like button in the stream. It has 11 likes already. Get them up. We'll be going live tomorrow around close to 2 p.m. Eastern time. Flamengo versus Chelsea for the Club World Cup. It'll definitely be a better game than this that we're watching right now. The bar is low. This has been pretty bad, but where is it? Let me see if I didn't miss anyone here in the chat. Matt is saying Saudis are locking us up. We need playmakers. And here come a few subs. It's going to be Tyler Adams and Damian Downs for De La Torre and McGlynn. So Ajiman stays. Ajiman will stay. We might be playing a 4-4-2, or someone's going to be playing out wide. I don't know. I don't know. Chris Richards, he scores. 1-0 for the good guys. One zero for the good guys. The United States gets the lead. Chris Richards. So is he on or off? It might be called offside. It might get called offside. Okay, we need to actually... Hold on. He might have been offside. Let's see. Based on the first replay, I think he was offside. Okay, let's see here. It might be off. Give it a second here because they're checking now. They're checking the goal. It might not count. And Botafogo, by the way, is still beating PSG. I think Richards is off. They just froze the camera right there. I think he's off. Okay, let's see. Hold on. There can they why can't they check this so quickly? They don't have the technology to do so? Even though I think this is poor use of the VAR. Like if you are barely offside, I would just give the goal. They're taking forever to check. Just call it the freaking goal or offside. Holy crap. They're still waiting. It's been like a minute. Guys, you're starting to piss off Hervé Renard. He might snap someone's neck. 65 minutes and they gave it a goal. They gave it a goal. Confirmed. Goal confirmed. The United States has the lead now. Okay. Now we can breathe. We need to finish first this group. Liam is saying Herv does look good though. He does. He does. We do need to make sure everyone knows about that. But we do need to finish first because we don't want to play Mexico in the quarterfinals, right? And I'm assuming Mexico finished first and Costa Rica in second. I'm assuming. Diego Luna recovers the ball for the United States. Tyler Adams. Back to Ream, to Barfston, and there's a Saudi player down. Just kick the ball out. We're winning the game. Waste time. The Saudi player is in a lot of pain right now. Just kick the ball out and let's waste some time. He has like a toe infection. He's like crying. Okay. Let's go back here to the chat. See if I didn't miss anyone here. Hervé Renard's still looking good. He may lose the game, but dude is still going to be looking good. Let's see. How's that a yellow? Diego Luna got a yellow? Diego Luna got a yellow for what? For hitting the Saudi player? That was a bit soft. Okay, so the Pacers have a 30-point lead. They won. We're going to have game 7 in the NBA Finals between the Pacers and OKC. We're going to have game 7. Sebastian Berhalter goes long to try to find Damian Downs or Ajimant. Well, Damian Downs should have gone for that. We knew that Ajimant ain't winning that shit. And here comes Saudi Arabia. Oh, my goodness. He's still standing. Saudi Arabia with the switch. We're getting close to minute 69. Getting close to minute 69. Oh, goodness. Saudi Arabia. Richards again. Monster performance from Chris Richards. Best player on the pitch. Easily. Chris Richards. Chris Richards, monster performance so far. So Chris Richards pretty much had to do Ajiman's job, right? One second, everyone. I got to tweet something out. I just got to get this off my chest. Oh, minute 69. Nice. We've made it. We made it once again. We made it to minute 69. Thank you for reminding me, by the way. Thank you. And one thing here, Fabian is saying this joke is overused. It's not funny anymore. It's not a joke. Like when we hit minute 69 here, we hit nice in the chat. It's a channel tradition at this point. It's not even a joke. It's a tradition that we're going to keep going throughout the World Cup. Okay, now back to the game. This is Malik Tillman. Terrible pass. They're saying Richards' goal is way more legit than Agiman's. Did Agiman score? He didn't score. Oh, you mean last game? Yeah. Like Chris Richards' goal today was actually a pretty difficult finish. That was not an easy goal to score. It was a beautiful cross from Sebastian Berhalter, followed by a beautiful finish from Richards. He had to essentially do Ajiman's job right there, and he did a really nice one. Very good job. That was not an easy finish from Richards. But very good delivery there from Sebastian Berhalter. Perfectly placed. He placed it exactly where you need to place it because the goalkeeper can't really come off his line to get it. Is Barfston out? No, not yet. They're hydrating. They're drinking some water. They're drinking water right now. Almost 700 likes. Once we hit 700 likes, I'll make sure to do some Portuguese commentary here and there. And 80 minutes on Botafogo and PSG. Somehow Botafogo is actually beating PSG, which is quite remarkable considering PSG has been lighting up European opponents. They destroyed Atletico Madrid. They destroyed Inter Milan in the Champions League final. Pretty freaking incredible to see that Botafogo is even capable of doing this. Something you wouldn't really expect them to do. And PSG has their best players right now. Their best players are playing. Looking here at the lineup, Kvaratskhelia, Doué was playing. Gonzalo Ramos, Vitinha has been fantastic. Beraldo, William Pacho. They're mostly there. I mean, Marquinhos on the bench, but that's not really the make it or break it. João Neves has come on. Pretty remarkable. Herve Renard showing up on camera. The cameraman really likes Herve Renard. I wonder why. All right, back to the game here. Saudi Arabia with the throw-in. They go with a very long throw-in. Doesn't really go anywhere. Tim Ream will reset. Chris Richards. This has been one of the worst games that I've watched throughout the year of 2025. And I've watched some pretty nasty stinkers. Have we hit 700 likes? Yeah, we have. Okay, I'll do some Portuguese commentary now. Okay, ready? Here we go. Tim Ream com a bola, vai procurando o passe, não acha ninguém, segura a bola, ninguém aparece, volta a jogada com Chris Richards. Chris Richards com a bola, vai procurar alguém. De novo, os Estados Unidos não tem opções, ninguém se movimenta. Tyler Adams recebe no meio, procura opções, abre a jogada com Barfston. Barfston devolve para o Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams volta com Tim Ream. Esse time não consegue fazer porra nenhuma com a bola. Passe para o meio, passe perigoso. Chris Richards acha o Diego Luna. Boa bola do Luna. E aí perde a posse de bola. A Arábia Saudita recupera a posse de bola dos Estados Unidos e vai construir a jogada com o goleiro. Okay, I'm done. Back to regular English. Stu Holden is an idiot. What did Stu Holden say? Poor guy, what did he do now? What did he do now? Steven is saying, why is American coaches stupid in your opinion? But I told you, Steven, I don't totally agree with that. I mean, there are stupid coaches in America, but I don't think every American coach is stupid. Are you asking why they mostly suck? I think it's mainly because they don't really grow in a soccer environment, a soccer coach. Maybe in the future we get better coaches, but I don't think they're stupid. Like if you look at it, like they're trying to think here of examples. I mean, we have American coaches here in the Club World Cup. Tactically speaking, the coaches are not doing that bad. But yes, most American coaches do suck. But so do Brazilian coaches. They're saying Richards is a better striker than Ajiman. Yeah, he is. He is a better striker than Ajiman. All right, sub in here for Saudi Arabia. Done now with what? Okay, let's go back here to the game. Somehow, so Luna is out, Brendan Aronson on. Sebastian Berhalter wins it. Tyler Adams just clears it. Saudi Arabia will have the ball. And Ajiman will probably play the full 90 minutes, right? Because I think we've made pretty much every single sub possible. How many subs have we made? No, we made 3 subs, right? Because it was Brendan Aronson's on now for Diego Luna. So I think it's 5 substitutions total. Anthony's saying my GOAT, Jesus Ferreira, wouldn't be as bad as Aguiman. Jesus is a better player than Ajiman. Jesus is not my favorite option for the U.S. men's national team, but he is better than Ajiman. And here comes Ajiman, and the goalkeeper is able to clear it too. Just get up, Ajiman. It wasn't anything. Nothing happened. Just get up. Richards wins the header. Sebastian Berhalter settles it and is able to keep it in. Oh boy. Let me see. Let me watch the replay here. And Ajiman gets a long ball. He is through. Let me see this again if this was a foul. This might have actually been a foul. Rewatching it now, it might have actually been a foul. Not a penalty because it was outside of the box. It was outside of the box, but I think that was a foul. Ajiman definitely got fouled. Yeah, it's not a penalty kick, so it cannot go to the VAR. It could only go to the VAR if it was seen as a red card, but I don't think the VAR saw it as a red card, so they couldn't review it. But if they did review it, they probably would call it a foul. All right, back here to the game. Ajiman loses it again. Saudi Arabia plays very ugly, just kicks the ball up. Okay, what the heck is going on now? This is ugly. Pacers in 7, hopefully. The Pacers did win today. The Pacers did win. Well, they haven't officially won, but they're up 26 points with like 8 minutes to go. So we're going to have game 7 between OKC and the Indiana Pacers on Sunday. I'm definitely going to watch that game. I can't do the stream because doesn't the U.S. men's national team play the same time? Damn it. We play on Sunday at 7 p.m. The NBA final game 7 is at 8 p.m. My goodness. This freaking sucks. Yeah, there's 7 minutes left, but it's a 26 or 27 point lead. It's Jover. It's Jover. Alex Freeman at the ball. Goes long forward. Damian Downs. See what Damian Downs can do here. Cross goes in, and Ajiman wasn't freaking there. Ajiman wasn't there. Good cross from Damian Downs. We got to start Downs. He's looked better than Ajiman. At least he's coordinated. Oh, boy. Is there anyone in this chat that rates Ajiman's performance? Is there anyone? No, I don't think there's anyone. You know what? If the next game is this boring, I have a bottle of port wine, and it's delicious. I love port wine. Port wine is really good. You totally shouldn't drink alcohol, but if you're over the age of 21, try port wine. If you haven't, it's really good. I might just have some wine next game. I'll finish the whole bottle during the stream. If we're gonna play against Haiti and the games like this, I might as well. I might as well. Goro is saying, are you into basketball, Tack? Go Bulls. I'll say this. Yes, I'm into basketball. One, I love playing basketball, and I do like watching basketball. I watch March Madness every year. NBA, it's fallen off for me a little bit. I haven't been following it as much. Like in high school, me and my friends, we would talk about it, watch NBA. I'd play 2K, 2K11, 2K12, 2K13 all the time. I haven't been into the NBA as much. I still track and follow what's happening, but no, I haven't. I am into basketball, yes, but I haven't been following the NBA as much. I'm a Laker because I mean, when I was very young, we lived in California during the Kobe Shaq era. So my dad would take me. We lived closer to San Francisco, so my dad would take me mainly to when the Lakers played the Warriors, and the Warriors sucked at the time. So I kind of became a Laker with Kobe. I was a kid, Kobe and Shaq there. So I became a Laker, and since I've continued to become a Laker. Jack is saying, let's drink next game, just like when Greg got fired. Yeah, but I'll have wine. I'll bring wine. I'll probably do that next game. And Anthony's saying, rate Richards, Luna, Berhalter, and Arfston today. Richards was our best player. So I would rate him very highly, maybe a 9 out of 10. Richards was a monster on defense, and he scored, giving us the goal and the win, the lead. Diego Luna wasn't good. I'll give him a 4 or 5. I didn't think Luna was that good today. I didn't think he was good. A lot of fight in him, but wasn't very productive on offense. Didn't really do much. Berhalter was quite good. He was solid defensively, very aggressive, played well, and in possession, he was fine, and he got the assist. I'll probably give Berhalter like an 8 out of 10. Arfston, similar to Luna, just very ineffective. Maybe a little bit worse than Luna. So if I give Luna a 4, I would give Arfston probably a 3.5. And Pete's not going to make it, by the way, just texting me. But again, like Arfston, not good. And here comes Tillman, finds Damian Downs. Let's see what Downs can do. Oh, good tackle from the Saudi player, but also Downs needs to do a bit better. It looks like he's down. No pun intended right there. So Downs and Ajiman are down. What is going on? Did we just lose both strikers? We're going to have to go with Brian White now? Yeah, Tillman has looked bright today. Well, not great, but good. Let's say good. Oh, Downs, the tackle that it hit Downs, it was all ball, but that was a hard tackle. And then Ajiman is just clumsy, man. But it was a clean tackle from the Saudi player. And then Ajiman is just jumping around and then flopping around on the floor like a magic carp. It's just, I don't know. Ajiman is something else, man. Ajiman makes me miss Zardes, dude. All right. So now it looks like Damian Downs might actually the dude might actually be injured. Which, by the way, he got cap tied. No, he got cap tied to the USMNT. Well, did he play last game? I don't remember. It's crazy because Botafogo is actually pulling the win. The Brazilian clubs have been tremendous throughout this Club World Cup. I'm actually quite impressed. Let me ask the chat this question. Sorry, I've been mute because I'm like looking on Twitter and checking what's going on. Do you guys think the Brazilian league is a top 5 league? They're saying no, no, no. You guys don't think so? Palmeiras has been incredible. Flamengo has been good. Fluminense outplayed Dortmund. Botafogo is defeating PSG. Like, what evidence do you guys need that it's a top 5 league? It might be better than France. Definitely top 6. Like, I don't think Portugal is better at this point. Neither is the Eredivisie. I don't know, man. You guys might be overrating Europe a little bit because the Brazilian teams are outplaying all the Europeans they're playing. They're literally outplaying them. I mean, Botafogo's not outplaying PSG, but they're defeating PSG. And here comes PSG, but they're still holding the win. PSG blocked, and this might do it. Botafogo won. Botafogo has defeated PSG. Botafogo defeated PSG. Unbelievable. And Ajiman's coming off. Is he injured? No, he's just coming off. Yeah, honestly, look, I know a lot of you disagree and they don't think it's a top 5 league, but the results of the Club World Cup say otherwise. The biggest winner of this Club World Cup are the Brazilian clubs so far. I mean, that's all I'll say. Oh, fight. Start a fight. Sebastian Berhalter, careful, he might kick you. He might kick you. Careful. Oh, Hervé Renard is in. Hervé Renard has invaded the field. Guys, don't get into a fight with Hervé Renard. Don't get into a fight with Hervé Renard. He'll snap. Oh, are we going to see the fight between Pochettino and Hervé Renard? We did a poll. You guys all bet on Hervé. Are they going to start fighting? No, Pochettino's afraid of Hervé. Did you guys see Pochettino grabbing Hervé Renard's ass? Can you blame him? Did you guys see that? Dude, as soon as Hervé got into the field, the players just gave up. They just gave up on fighting. They're like, can't fight this guy. So I wonder what was the fight there. It was Tyler Adams just CONCACAFing a little bit. And we hit minute 90 now. We hit minute 90. Right now, we are at 750 likes. 750. 750. If we can get the likes up a little bit more. Let me see if I can get Adam for the post game. I can text Adam. I'll check if Adam wants to come here for the post game. 90 minutes here. United States 1, Saudi Arabia 0. Johnny's on the last minute or so. Logan is saying, are the UEFA clubs not as good as we thought, or they're just exhausted after the entire season? Logan, here's the thing. The Brazilian clubs have played more games over the past 12 months than the European teams. So if that's their excuse, can't the Brazilian clubs use the same excuse? Brazilian clubs have played more games over the past 12 games. That is statistically, that is a fact. That is not debatable. Joel saying, I'm in Philly. I was in a bar full of Flamengo fans, hate watching Botafogo. Explain. Look, Brazilian soccer culture is not like the goofy MLS culture where every single MLS fan wants the MLS teams to do well. The Brazilian clubs, they literally hate each other. Flamengo fans want Botafogo to get grouped. They want Palmeiras to get grouped. They want Fluminense to get grouped. Palmeiras wants all of them to get grouped. It's not like goofy MLS fans that they want every single MLS team to do well. It's not about the league. It's about your own club, your own team. MLS fans, on the other hand, they think they need to root for the league as if it's like one entity, which honestly it is actually. So the teams are franchised. So it kind of makes sense. But they don't go for every single club. The Brazilian clubs want every single other club to fail for the most part. Who am I calling goofy? The MLS fans that root for every single MLS team. It's weird that you are a fan of the league and not of a specific team only. Like, that's your team, and you want that team to do well. Like, listen, if you are an Atlanta United fan, why do you give a shit if Seattle Sounders does well in the Club World Cup? If anything, you want them to lose. Like, they're not your team. They're saying same in Europe. Olympique Marseille fans were cheering for Inter. Exactly. There's no such thing as going for the league. Okay, so Adam is going to join the stream. Adam is going to join the stream for the post game. We'll just do the post game here. We might as well, right? Pete will not be able to make it because the diarrhea has got the best out of him. But we're going to have Adam, USMNT Stan, for the post game. Do you think Flamengo's still interested in Gio Reyna? No. Look, guys, I watch a lot of Flamengo. There's two things. I don't think Gio Reyna would start for Flamengo. I don't think he would start over Gerson. I don't think he would start over Arrascaeta. And mentally, I don't think he'll be able to deal with the pressure of Flamengo is insane. It's actually very toxic. It's very bad. So I don't think, no, doesn't make sense. Mirth YouTube is saying, just tuned in and saw the AI summary says you've been talking a lot about Aura. I have not. I'm assuming you're not talking about Ajiman. Have you seen a better striker? Have you seen better striker in a white guy league in Winter Park, Florida? No, I haven't been talking much about Aura at all. Maybe some people have in the chat. I've just been talking about how Hervernard's a good-looking guy. That's all we're saying. I may be taller and better looking than Tom Cruise, but Hervernard is taller and better looking than me. So he is way taller and way better looking than Tom Cruise. Herv is definitely better looking than Tom Cruise and taller. All right. Sent it to Adam, USMNT Stan. We'll see when he joins. Okay. Gio plays good for us. Yeah, he does play good for us. It's not hate. It's not hate for Gio. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I don't think Gio is better than Arrascaeta. Arrascaeta, if I'm not mistaken, he starts for Uruguay. Arrascaeta is a very, very, very good player. And Gerson starts for Brazil. Gerson starts for Brazil. I'm not hating on Gio. 2 minutes to go. And United States is securing here the 1-0 win against Saudi Arabia. Tyler Adams, Sebastian Berhalter tries to go long to Damian Downs and nothing. R. Lubin is saying, does Miami have a chance against PSG? Well, is PSG going to advance in first? Guys, PSG is going to advance in second. Maybe Palmeiras should advance in second. Because the first criteria is head-to-head. That's the first criteria, which means Botafogo, if they lose to Atletico Madrid and PSG wins, PSG, I don't think they can finish first anymore, can they? I think PSG cannot finish first because even if they beat the Sounders, which they should, and Botafogo loses, the first criteria is head-to-head. So I'm a bit confused. I have to look at it, but I mean, it looks like they're not really going to finish first. Okay, ref, just end the game. And the ref ends the game. The ref ends the game. The U.S. men's national team defeats Saudi Arabia, and we're qualified for the next round. They're saying, are you Muslim? No, I am not Muslim. I am definitely not Muslim. I can assure you that. And does Miami have a chance against PSG? Lubin, I don't know if they're going to play each other. But let's get the table here because now the United States has qualified. We have qualified because Haiti and Trinidad and Tobago cannot catch up to the United States. So we're officially qualified to the next round here of the Gold Cup. And remember, we cross paths with Mexico and Costa Rica's group. Okay, we cross paths with Mexico and Costa Rica. Now, with that said, right now, Mexico's in first. Costa Rica is in second. Right now, as it stands, Mexico first, Costa Rica second. Who do I rather play? I would rather play Costa Rica. Let me check when they play. Gold Cup 2025. Do you guys want me to do a live watch along for Mexico versus Costa Rica? Actually, they play Sunday at 10 p.m. That's a no-no. That's a no-no because I am going to be what should I call it? I'm going to be streaming the U.S. men's national team. I can't really do the Mexico stream because we're going to be working on the U.S. men's national team. So that's a no-no. It can't happen. But we're gonna do the post game here. I'm just waiting for Adam to join in. United States defeated. Wait a second. Let me see this here. XG. This is interesting. Look at this. If we do the XG ranking, Haiti is in second. They're doing XG. The United States still is in first. Haiti's in second, and this is interesting. But let's see here the game. So as you can see, a 0.7 XG for the United States, 0.3 for Saudi Arabia. Pretty bad game overall. If you add both teams, you get one goal. Lucky for us, the goal was scored by the United States, and we got the 1-0 win. The thing is, there's not much to talk about. I have the 7 things we learned, which will be quite interesting to go about. There are some positives, like Sebastian Berhalter was good. Matt Freese was fine. Chris Richards, man at the match. Freeman wasn't great, actually, today. McGlynn was Luna was Ajiman was a monstrosity of a performance. It was a terrible performance from Ajiman. Matthew Dominguez, Manfred Ugalde for the Golden Boot of the tournament. Is he leading the Golden Boot? Let's check the Golden Boot here of the Gold Cup. Let's see. CONCACAF Gold Cup stats. Cesar Montes is the top goal scorer with Ugalde right now. And Diego Luna and Barfston are the top assisters of the tournament. Ismael Diaz, expected goals Ugalde. Yeah, because Cesar Montes had a brace yesterday for Mexico on set pieces. So that's why Cesar Montes leads right now as the top goal scorer of the Gold Cup, which is a bit weird. How are we doing, Adam? Welcome back.
What is up, everyone? Excited to be back.
Dude, let me put you on the big screen so everyone can see you right there. We're not as good looking as Hervé Renard, especially after a long stream, a long night.
Oh my God. What a good looking man. Holy crap.
Scary looking man too. It's
Yeah.
But anyhow, Adam, one thing that was not good was the game. Just give us your thoughts, because I've been talking here for 2 hours, but the game was not good. Let's just be real with it.
Yeah, no, definitely wasn't good. Man, I was like thinking about, I don't think I posted it yet, but I was thinking about posting, like the handshake meme, and it's like Berhalter 2021 Gold Cup, Potch 2025 Gold Cup, and it's just like, grindy, get the one kind of like free kick moment and take advantage of it, and really don't create a chance other than that. Do we create a chance? Like in open play? Like, do we really create a chance? Like,
I think maybe because our XG was 0.7, but it definitely wasn't anything.
Ajimong's header, I guess.
Richards had a header before the goal too.
Richards had a header. Yeah, okay. Do we have any non-header moments? Do we like create anything? Like soccer's played on the ground oftentimes. Like,
no, it was us and Saudi Arabia did not want to score today. The fair result was probably 0-0.
Yeah, I think so. I'm actually shocked that I still didn't feel like Saudi Arabia really came out of their shell when they got down 1-0. I think they just kind of still were like almost like faking it, in my opinion. They really weren't kind of going for it. But there just isn't enough quality on the field right now, like for us. And that's it just is what it is, right? I mean, kind of is what it is. Like,
Hunt has a good question here, and I want to get your take on this. When healthy, who's playing, Gio or Tillman? My quick take on this right now, when talking about Gio's been healthy, just hasn't been playing. So it's kind of a tricky one. Tillman has definitely looked better for the U.S. men's national team against some very, very, very bad opponents, but he has finally turned up. I'll wait till the end of the Gold Cup to see if Tillman can perform against Canada and Mexico. I think he has a slight advantage over Gio right now, not because of Gio stinking for the national team, just because of everything that's happening with Reina. He's even with Dortmund now in the Club World Cup. God knows why, not playing at all. What's your take on Gio and Tillman right now?
Yeah, I just don't know I have no idea where Gio is. Like, when was the last time you saw him play soccer?
He played a little bit for us, didn't he, in March?
Right. Like, I just had I feel like I've seen him play a total of 40 minutes in 2025. I'm sure he's played a little bit more than that, but like I haven't watched more than that. So I don't know. I'm still a proponent of Gio. I'm still a believer in Gio. I think he needs to, get himself to a place where he can just get on the field regularly and play. I would still take a shot at him in September, right? Like if I was managing this team, I'm taking a look and I'm seeing, hey, can he bring it even if he's not playing for club? Because the talent's there and like the ability to do something, kind of create something out of nothing is there. And a guy who we've seen like, really be like a catalyst in the final third in terms of creating opportunities and like opening the game up and being a threat. And yes, I thought Tillman did that against an atrocious Trinidad and Tobago team that was playing really, really poorly and not hard at all, which is good, right? Like, I don't know how many times I feel
would you say their defense was as bad as France in World War II?
Jeez. But like, how many times though have we like criticized Tillman because he didn't even bring it against the CONCACAF minnow though, So it's good to see him at least do that, but like it's still grain of salt type stuff with me. It's like, okay, cool. Like that's the baseline, right? If you want to go take like what would be like a Gio Reyna type spot as a creative midfielder, like I'm with you. Like let's even just see it against like a Panama, like
Panama, Costa Rica, Canada, Mexico.
Before Canada, Mexico, like can we see it against like the mid tier, and then sure, can we go see it against Canada as well? But
but I think everything you said about Gio is true. Like we don't even know what his level is right now. We don't know what's going on with Gio.
Yeah. I would want to know. I wouldn't bench him. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. I wouldn't keep him at home. I wouldn't not give him any shots. Like I would want to bring him in and see. Just so hard for me to make any sort of judgment right now on him.
And basically Ham is saying what happened to Pedro Parker? He got shot in New York City, just like Uncle Ben, or Tio Ben in this case. Matthew Dominguez saying also if Brazil can't beat Costa Rica, Mexico can't. What are you talking about? What is he talking about?
I actually don't know. Maybe.
And then Kali Suri 49 saying very happy for Sebastian Berhalter. He played very well today, by the way. In the Reina versus Greg drama, Sebastian was a victim. Felt bad for him at the time. Glad to see him get an assist and play a good game. Hope he pushes for a World Cup spot. I don't know how he was a victim. He obviously felt bad for the whole thing about his parents and what happened and finding out about it. I don't know if he was a victim, but he played very well today. In terms of defense. What's up? Adam? Oh, yep. I thought you said something. No, I don't know if he was a victim of that. Maybe the biggest victim of them all was like Berhalter's wife was probably the biggest victim. But yeah, I'm just happy that he played well, got the assist. Defensively, he was very good. When he was in possession on the ball, very composed, barely made mistakes. I think he played a lot better than Luca Del Torre, for example, throughout the game. Can I talk about Jack McGlynn for a second? Can we stop the McGlynn on the right wing experiment?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like the Yunus Musa out wide right? Like, I don't know. It's like the Ajimong at striker. There's a lot of experiments that I'm like, I think we're okay here. Can we just try something? Even if it's like, okay, we see it. Like, let's just try something out. Like, I thought Downs looked really nice in his 20-30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, can we see him start a game and actually I think Downs deserves a game at this point. Like, I think he needs to be the starting striker and like give him a game to see what he can do and if he can create some moments. Cause he looked just a little bit more dynamic. He looked a little bit more technical, like
coordinated.
Yeah, sure. Like, I mean, I don't know, like, especially if you're going to ask, strikers to, we're going to play a little bit more direct and, create some hold up moments. Like Ajimong's so bad at that. Like, he's, I thought of a perfect thing to like describe Ajimong. This is kind of how I feel about it. He's not like fast enough to be good. He's big, but then he doesn't like utilize his size and hold up play because he's not technical enough. Like he's a step slow on runs. Like he's a step behind on runs. I thought he could have had a couple goals tonight, Tack. Like I thought there were moments where if he was explosive on his run or earlier on his run, like there were moments he should have been there. Like, I don't know if you remember, Arfston had a ball to the back post. There was another ball I thought he should have like gotten there quicker in the first half. I thought the Downs ball across the front in the second half, I don't even remember that one, like Downs' ball across the front. And he just was, it looked like the announcers like blamed Downs. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I think.
Well, because they can't blame the MLS forward. Have you seen how they're trying to market Ajimon? Like, it's been enough. Like, it also, there's the eye test. You just see when the guy is not a great player. The first touch is terrible. There's no combination play. The off-the-ball movement is horrendous. There's actually barely any qualities. Like, honestly, he makes me miss Justy Zardes.
I agree. And when and like last game when he got moments against a really bad team, his shot, do you remember he had 2 or 3 shots last game, Tack, that were like almost like scuffs, like good moments, and he was like scuffing shots. Like I just don't get it, man. And people are so defensive of him too online, and like
they baby him. It's weird.
It's so weird. He doesn't score. He doesn't score in MLS, man. He has like 6 goals in 15 games. Like he's not. Jesse Zardes was a drastically better player than Ajimong, if you want my opinion. I mean, maybe drastic's over exaggerating, but like
he was a lot faster.
He was a better player. Like
yeah.
Neither belong. You know, I didn't think Zardes really belonged, obviously, but like, so that's why it's so baffling. Like, listen, I get bringing a bunch of guys in and figuring it out, but like, we haven't figured out what Ajimong's level is at this point. Like, I'm confused.
Well, here's the other thing too. What I didn't understand was Pochettino said he didn't bring Sargent due to football. It was a footballing decision, so soccer decision in this case. My question is, why didn't you bring Sargent? Because I understand the criticism on Sargent's performance, but what I was telling Pete too is like, why don't you, since we don't have a legitimate center forward here, maybe Damian Downs, I guess, but Brian White and Ajimon, you can't go with them to the World Cup. Why didn't he bring Sargent and just say, hey, I'm going to give you the Gold Cup, and if you don't perform, buddy, then you're out. Like, this is your chance, right? Why not do that? Why bring Ajimon and just freaking waste the spot for no reason?
I mean, I still think, I mean, there's a lot of excuses. I get that, like, you know, I get people's frustration with Sargent, but like, he's still, the game that he got, you know, that Nations League game that he got was just a total stinker. Like, it was a total non-competitive. We put nothing into the final third. Like, and listen, at some point as a striker, you're accountable. I agree. And I'm not calling for him to start. I'm not even really calling him to be on a full strength roster if we're trying to go win games. But like, I agree. Like, what is the Brian White thing? Like, why? What's the purpose?
Yeah. The problem is, like, there were players that you could have tested out more throughout this one. Like Tanner Tessman could have come in, an option in the midfield over maybe Luca De La Torre, right? That we've seen enough, and just like, it's just, I don't understand some of the decisions. We beat a very bad Trinidad side, which we should be happy about. We beat Saudi Arabia. By the way, they were missing a lot of players too. Some of them are in the Club World Cup with Al Hilal. So the thing is, I still don't know what is the level of this team that we're seeing. I don't know how this team will look against Panama, for example. Or honestly, we cross paths with Mexico's group. So if we, depending on where we finish and they finish, we could play Mexico in the quarterfinals or Costa Rica. How will this team do against Costa Rica? They're probably a better team than Saudi Arabia right now with the players that Saudi Arabia has. They're definitely better than Trinidad. I just don't know. Now, maybe we get the Berhalter 1-0 soccer terrorism that we saw in 2021 and we go through. But at the end of the day, the question we have to ask ourselves when this is over is, besides the players we know will be in the World Cup roster, like Tyler Adams, for example, played today. He's going to be in the World Cup roster if he's healthy. Besides that, those players, what did we gain after this tournament? And then we're talking about names that should have been there. I think one big positive is it looks like he's going to continue to start Matt Freese. And I kind of want him tested throughout the entire Gold Cup. I want to see what he can do because he's looked good in MLS. And Turner ain't it. So continue to put Matt Freese. And honestly, Matt Freese hasn't been heavily tested in the Gold Cup, but when he's tested, he's looked pretty confident and sharp. For whatever that's worth at this point. But Adam, I'm not going to do player ratings today or anything because it was a long-ass stream, and I still have to do the 7 things we learned. Before we go, have you been watching the Club World Cup?
A little bit, like off and on. It's
Been
decent.
enjoying it?
I have been, yeah. I'm excited for some of the the really high stakes games because I think it just gets fun at that point, right? And I saw one of your posts out there that the European teams are really get a big head about this and like think that they can't, that like the South American teams have no chance and like so I'm interested in that. That's where it gets interesting to me because that is when really the European clubs that make it that far are going to have a little bit more pride on the line. And I think especially the South American clubs are going to go so hard. Like, that's where I'm going to like really check in. But yeah, I've had it on kind of in the background while working a little bit. And
Did you see PSG just lose to a Brazilian team?
Saw the result. I didn't watch it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be the knockout rounds are going to be interesting. I do firmly believe that ultimately a big European team is going to win it because when push comes to shove, like regardless of what we want to talk about, like the Brazilian clubs and even Argentine clubs, they've been very competitive, right? They're going toe to toe and even beating these European teams. I do think when it comes to the knockout rounds and shit hits the fan, the European teams will win. But I wouldn't be surprised if one South American team makes it to the semifinals. That would not shock me if that happens. But we'll see. I might go to Miami for Palmeiras Inter Miami on Monday. I'm really considering it, making the drive down. But Adam, thank you very much for coming along. Ethan is saying, how about Pochettino getting into a little bit of a fight? Yeah. One question for you, because I asked the chat and they voted Hervé Renard. If we were in a street fight, or if there was a street fight between Pochettino and Hervé Renard, who wins and why?
Yeah. Hervé Renard. I like...
Yeah,
I don't know. He's a grinder. Renard's a grinder, man. Like he's a grinder. He's come up in. You just look at his resume, right? Like he's coached in like third world countries and like coached all over the world. He hasn't been sitting in London and Paris. And Poch has been fattening up. Maybe at some point in his playing days, like Poch might have had a chance, but I'll take Herb all day in that fight.
I know Herb looks like he's killed someone before. That might have happened. But everyone, thank you very much for watching. Drop a like, guys, before you go. And this stream was brought to you by NordVPN. The link with the special offer is in the description of this video. And we'll see you guys next time. And if you guys want Adam to come along more often, let us know. Because usually he's just here for the camp recaps, which I'm sure he's going to be here for the Gold Cup recap. But that's usually a video that we do to channel tradition. If you guys want him back more often, let us know in the comment section down below. And he's not related to Ethan Horvath. Okay, we can't confirm that. All right, ciao.